might be a possibility. Gragas is another possibility. Gonna have some, you know, body slam, flash possibilities as far as their plays. The ultimate does take a little bit more.
70% win rate, I think, somewhere around there. Meanwhile, they've got a very similar overall rate in series, as now we got a problem for Emo, who flashes over the wall, but Hansama's ready to follow. Emo barely staying alive. Hansama in a little bit of danger now, too, as he continues going forward. Hans gets first blood, but then he's the second. G2 continue going forward as Elio's got to be protected, but the protection is not there just yet. Elio getting away. Skewmon has to flash to get it. It's a 2 for 2 so far as Lebrov is down to 100 HP, but he will survive. It's
extra gold leads. However, Hansama on the Lucian might have something to say about it. He's got an extra little dagger. He's getting ganked.
Okay, Levi's coming down here looking to use that early money as Lebrov still only level 1. His heal's not even available. Artemis should be able to pick this one up for free. Levi just zoning Hans away so that there's no red side jungle. He is going to find that chicken camp stolen away.
Yeah, he didn't see Skewmon. The chicken thief.
Oh, Hansama in some danger here as Elio and Artemis immediately going in after the AD carry. The Lucian about to die. The flash forward. Artemis grabbing the kill now with a phosphorus bomb back towards Lebrov. It's a 2v2 double kill.
Levi is heading over. So watch out for the next possible hook. They're not going to go for it, though. It's already gone.
Yeah, they were as that wave collides into the turret, but it's still about almost a 3-wave lead for Caps, as now Artemis has to try to retreat. Here comes the Realm Warp. This could be the problem for GAM as Artemis gets stunned up, shut down. Types of ultimates that can work really well or really poorly. Realm Warp is one of them. That was a Heaven Warp right there. That is exactly what you want, as now Broken Blade is exactly where he doesn't want to be. Oh, Elio tried to predict where Broken Blade was going to go, but instead he just flashes over the wall, avoids the collapse. Honestly, huge there for Broken Blade. That was a Pantheon ult that got nothing but a flash.
Yeah, and the Pantheon ult was going to be one of the main only tools that was going to keep Caps in check. Now that there's no threat of that, they go for the grub bite.
Elio goes in, Lebrov throws up the door. Exhaust on the Levi, but Artemis is also here. Lebrov jumping back to the safety of Hansama, but a little bit more damage over the wall gets the job done. Artemis, kill number 4 this game. GAM with control over the grub pit can still claim 2.
So Flowers, eyes on the bottom side though. Caps is eating up extra minions, extra tower plates while they're split pushing. So once again, true to form, GAM, they always commit to these plays as a team, but they teleported Emo up there away from it.
Combined with the phase rush, he can create enough distance. That was flash for flash, jungler for mid laner there. As Broken Blade goes for the ulti onto Kiaya, and here comes the Realm Warp. Caps is looking to go aggro, and with Skewmon coming with them, the slam into the wall is there, and Skewmon's grabbing.
They take down Kiaya, they put a stop to that pushing of the Jace, but GAM are able to answer on the other side of the map. Even Emo here gets a little bit.
However, the numbers don't lie, my friend. You look up at that gold lead there at the top part of your screen. It is down below 500 now for the side of GAM. Emo eating a whole ton of damage here for the calling. Another beautiful wall slam coming out from Skewmon, as now Lebrov and Hansama are ready to make it a 2-for-0 special. Hansama getting paid, doing just fine. When you're looking at the rest of the map, it's still a lead for Artemis, but that's about it. Levi trying to put a little bit more clear out the wave. Kiaya continuing to just try to get a little bit more damage, get one more plate here as the clock is about to hit 14, and I do believe Kiaya got it right there at the last second, but he may pay for that last little bit of greed for the turret plate. Skewmon shows up, knocks him up into the air with a point-blank keeper's verdict. Broken Blade trying to follow, looking for a little bit more CC, knocks him back, beautifully done. Skewmon and Broken Blade, they'll lose that plate just fine if they can get the kill on Kiaya. Well done by G2, and they will even up the kills 7-7 at 14 minutes.
Yeah, so active this game. Another side lane play here pulled off by G2 to pick another member, and there's no answer this time.
But down in bottom lane, we got Artemis in some danger. He might just lose the 2v2. This is the point of power for GAM. He's got to be so careful now, as it looks like Elio's just going to be the sacrifice. Lebrov still dropping very low on HP, and right when it looks like it might have been a fair fight, here comes Caps. Jeez. GAM still currently uncontested for this Herald. Hansama and Lebrov are hanging around, but nobody else on G2 is nearby, but Caps is pushing the tier 2 turret in the bottom lane at the same time.
Exactly, it's a classic. A lot of standing gold left in these turrets, so Kiai's gonna be able to get this one, chop that gold lead from G2 down pretty quickly. They're gonna go for that, pop down that mid turret with the Rift Herald, so that one is guaranteed, and it's into a dragon, so let's see. Broken Blade want to finish up on the top side tower. He does have his teleport ready to come to this dragon fight, but GAM have the early priority into the river, setting up for dragon here.
Let's see how much value GAM can get out of their poke, out of their artillery on this one. Broken Blade's going to teleport into the enemy jungle, though. He's going for the flank attack. Levi is already on the Drake, but if Broken Blade catches him by surprise here, this is such a problem. Emo's going to be knocked into the team and immediately killed. Hans Sama on a killing spree with a beautiful slam into the wall with Keeper's Verdict to set up the second kill for Hans. Labrov and Broken Blade completely controlling the fight. Broken Blade is redeeming himself in this series. That teleport flank completely broke the back of GAM.
It is huge. He got right onto Emo. They delete the way.
Now the tier 1 turret gonna get dove. More problems for GAM as Kiaya gets stunned up and Caps is just machine gunning spells towards the remaining 2 players of GAM. Kiaya and Artemis staying alive for now. The accelerated shock blast will not find a kill on the back end of the fight, and G2 now with a 3,000 gold lead will also earn themselves another neutral objective with the Dragon.
That reset from G2, all of them coming back out together.
Okay, Labrov and Broken Blade stepping up into the enemy jungle. Broken Blade ready to keep this one moving forward. Another nice use of the ulti, but miscommunication with Labrov, who uses the Glacial Fissure and interrupts the knockback from Broken Blade. Now a ton of damage on Hans Sama. He barely stays alive, but that's good enough for now. Levi's low, G2 retreating. Miscommunication. They've got Caps here, so they know that if GAM comes and tries to fight this, they will have to fight through the Rise, who does now also have Seeker's arm guard. Now, oh, nice flash follow onto the body slam there from Broken Blade. This time the ulti collides exactly where it needs to, and Caps goes on a killing spree. G2, they'll take the Otacon. They'll be up 24 flower petals, 5 kills, and 4,000 gold.
Caps have a 3-level lead without even the Rod of Ages ticking over. And that thing's going to tick over and he's going to get another level. So this is just so massive. They've been playing those sideways, playing the macro, and he's getting another one here.
Yeah, Skewmon wants to go in after Emo, and Caps is ready to follow. Levi with a defensive stun, trying to provide an opportunity for his teammate to get away. Caps triggers the Seraph shield there, as Skewmon and Broken Blade have to back away a little bit further. Labrov going to get grabbed by the dredge line as GAM continue their chase. Won't land the CC onto Labrov as he tries again to protect Caps, who flashes away from the depth charge. Broken Blade here on the front line as the TP is coming in to once again reinforce GAM. The ulti from the Gragas, not enough. Emo with the shutdown on Broken Blade.
Up to that top side as well. Quay did get the shutdown there, so Emo with an extra little bit of a boost, but he really needs it.
Yeah, he got the shutdown, and it at least got Levi is now finding himself caught, slammed back into the wall. Labrov and Skewmon need a little bit more damage, and Caps and Hans Sama have arrived. Instead, they'll turn their attention over to Elio, who cannot get away. Hans Sama grabbing the kill. Winter and Cosmic Drive means that he is a tanky Gragas that's also spamming abilities at maximum speed. Labrov goes in for an engage on Emo. Broken Blade knocks Elio back. Emo, not the right angle on him, but Elio will be a fine consolation prize. Kiaya shows up too little, too late to find much of anything, and the clock is at exactly the right time to make that play. 25 minutes into the game. G2 now has a 5v4 for the next 25 seconds. They will dare GAM to answer them at the Baron.
Yeah, beautiful play there from G2. They do it without Caps at all. They use the Gragas, Poppy, and Braum to find their pick. They force GAM into this tight spot.
All right, G2, let's see how they can defend against this. Levi wants to go in there with a Grand Starfall, but he's immediately ejected by the Keeper's Verdict. G2 burns down the objective, and Broken Blade keeps everybody else busy. Skewmon into the back, finding the slam into the wall on Emo. G2 aren't stopping, and it's GAM dropping. Artemis caught in the middle of a realm warp, and 4v1. Plus, you doubled the impressive gold lead that you already had. It's now in the territory where GAM must rely on a mistake from G2, and it needs to be a pretty colossal mistake. Look at the bounties on the side of G2. Skewmon and Caps, both with maxed bounties. Broken Blade is about to solo down the formerly fed Corky. Take a drink, Artemis. He's out of there. Call him the ride home. He's done. And now G2, they've got a 5v4 again for 30 seconds again, moving up towards the mid lane inhibitor, having already claimed the one in bottom lane. It's a full 5-man push. The minions flowing into the base as well, but G2, they want to play it safe.
Looking like G2's best game so far for sure, even despite their bottom lane getting behind early on, and it possibly being an angle there for GAM. G2 really able to cover it, Caps especially, and now they're coming to finish the job.
All right, GAM got to try to defend this last remaining lane of inhibitors, but it ain't gonna happen too easy. Broken Blade goes golden, trying to stay alive. The tier 3 turret buys a lot of time though. GAM with a nice defense, have already found 2. Caps into the Zonias, trying to stay alive. The shutdown back over to Levi. Caps wants to get away, but a massive shutdown for Kiaya. GAM come to life and defend their base on their last legs. Hans on the run, but Levi's on the hunt. Artemis right behind him.
Run this dragon down. Skewmond is walking on over though. He has no ultimate. Yeah,
there's no way he goes into this. There's no way. What? Well, hold on. We got a TP coming in.
Braum has TP.
Yeah, that's a Labrov TP from an unsealed spellbook. So GAM will go ahead and claim themselves the Drake.
Teleporting into the base.
Hansama's also here. Yeah, they're going
the objective bounty shut down. Kiaya puts the ward in the brush, but he gets the bad news.
Yeah, he might have gone a little bit too close here. Deadman's plate Poppy catches up, and Hansama
inhibitor, and slowly G2 will close in. The pressure unrelenting.
G2, there goes the last inhibitor in the GAM base. They go in for the engage. They're trying to find Levi, instead switching over to Emo. He's already dead, as now Elio's about to fall with him. Broken Blade goes back in for a nice 2-man body slam. Rune Prison on Levi seals his fate as well, and it's only Artemis left standing. But the Nexus turrets are down. G2 still firing as Artemis has to flash to try to get away. Kiaya's back into the fight, but it's a 2v4. Cap staying alive, kiting Artemis out as Broken Blade comes back over for the CC into the kill. The ace for G2. The game for G2. Game point for G2.
G2 today looking a lot at this tournament, really building up some strength. And now they will be at series points, looking at moving on in the tournament. GAM, so much pressure on their shoulders. Now will be facing elimination game. All of Vietnam watching them. So much pressure being that